Hello everyone. So in this video, we will be studying about the decorator pattern. In the previous video, we studied about the adapter pattern. Now it's time to study about the decorator pattern using the Typescript. So let's see what is there to see in the decorator pattern. In this video, we'll be learning what is the decorator pattern, the UML diagram for it, its implementation using TypeScript, and last, the interview question. All right. Now let's move on to the definition. What is a decorator pattern? So this pattern acts as a wrapper but only focuses on a single object. It works by changing the existing behavior of the object at runtime without extending it using a subclass. So let me tell you what's happening here. Just imagine that you are in a room, and if you want to decorate that room, you don't really make your entire room get changed and you buy a new room. Instead, what you do, you buy some flowers or you buy some another decoration items. You place that, things like curtains, tables, and all. And then in this way, you decorate your room. So this is an analogy that it works by changing the existing behavior of the object at runtime without extending it using a sub. All right. Now let's see the UML diagram. You can see there is a decorator object has this object which will be decorated, and then there's an interface having the object methods. So the depicted decorator object will enhance the call from the object class by adding new functionality around it. You are free to add multiple decorator objects on top of the existing ones as they are all composable together. That is because you can use multiple decorators on top of the same object. All right. All right. So here we are to implement this pattern using the TypeScript now. I'll create an interface event that will be sent. So let's say we are sending a message. Does not really return anything. And now we have a class send email event implements event control plus dot to implement this event. Oh, okay, this is an inbuilt event. Let me rename this. So let's say message event, message event. Again, okay, this is also something inbuilt. Damn, my custom event. I hope this is not inbuilt. Now, ah, finally. Anyway, this will be like, let's say, the message has been sent. Details message. Hmm. So by default, this is public. Let's write public for more readability. Let's have some room here. Now, what I'll do is I'll create a decorator. So class send email event decorator implements my custom event. Now see in this what I do. I'll have a constructor. Before that I will have a private field, private event, my custom event, constructor, and this dot event equals to. All right. Now here what I will do is, let's say console log before the mail was sent, and here I will have the message. Let's make no space here as well. And this dot event dot send message and console log after the mail was sent message. Okay. Now I'm gonna use this const send email my custom event equals to new send email event. Now const log send email to new send mail event decorator, and here I will add send mail. So log send email dot send hola amigo. So let me explain you what happened before running the code. First, we define our custom interface, or we are taking an example of sending a mail. So mail or message, whatever. So we create an interface, some basic interface which has a send method. After that, let's say we have to log this call before and after the send method, but we do not want to modify the existing class. We don't really want to modify this class. So what we did is we decorated this class. Focus. We decorated this class. You were in a room, you decorated it using flowers, tables, and all. So you created this decorator, and you have these kind of things before the mail was sent, after the mail was sent. And now, here what we see is that we include this new functionality without changing anything from the existing object. We have our event, we are sending it as a parameter into this decorator object in the constructor, and then we send this message. What will be the output? Code. So as you can see, this has been logged. All your messages are logged here. That is how the decorator pattern works. So here we are just doing some simple log. You can implement your own functionalities. Before the mail was sent, you might be, fetching some data from the database, and then after the mail was sent, you might be doing some update operations on in the database, or maybe you want to throw some custom response as well. Whatever. I just showed you how you can decorate your existing object using the decorator pattern. So that is how it works. Now let's move on to our next thing. Here we will see the interview question. All right. Can you explain the decorator pattern and its use cases? So we already saw that this works as a wrapper and it works only for one object and it decorates that. So whenever you have an object which you don't want to change, but you want to use the same functionality or maybe an enhanced version of that while keeping the prototype with yourself, in that case you use the decorator pattern. That is the use case. Now, how does the decorator pattern differ from the adapter pattern? So the adapter pattern works on multiple objects. It works as a wrapper for multiple objects. So there what happens is that now you have two objects. In adapter pattern I'm talking about, you have two objects. You want to implement the functionality of another incompatible interface from the first interface. That you do. In decorator pattern, you just decorate your object with enhanced functionalities. Can you provide a real-world example of the decorator pattern where it will be beneficial? So the real-world examples are like Angular. In Angular we see the injectable class, injectable decorator. On the class you use the annotation, the injectable annotation. So in that, this pattern is used. Apart from that, you have any kind of things like logging services, or maybe you have a microservice that handles the sending of an email. So that example we had already taken. In these cases, you can use the decorator pattern. What are the potential drawbacks? Now, let's talk about the drawbacks or limitations. One main criticism of this pattern is it relies too much on the original interface of the object it tries to wrap. This makes it less appealing since you will have to adjust the interface every time you want to decorate more methods, so as to avoid the breaking the chain and wrapping multiple decorators on the same object and not introducing extra performance overhead. That is true. That is because many times it is like when there are some change requests. So you make changes in your existing object or interface. Now you make changes in your interface. Now you have to make changes in all the implementations as well. That will be kind of overhead for you. So we have to choose this pattern wisely. Could you write a simple code snippet demonstrating the decorator pattern? That's what you can do is you can simply create one class and then create the enhanced version of that class. Also create the interface for it. Just that's it. Nothing much you need to do. That's it in this. These are about the interview questions. Now, conclusion. We studied about this decorator pattern, uses, criticisms, implementation, real-world examples, interview questions, and all. The next video, we will be studying about the package pattern. Until then, thanks for watching the video. Bye.